Hello everyone, in this video I will be creating small network lab, a real world example. So I will be starting from the scratch and this is how it will be look at the end. So basically we will have our little network here, some PCs, laptop, access points and smartphones. After that router LAN connected on the router ISP provider, and this is the IP address which we get from the ISP provider. And after that its connection is going to the web server. So let's start. First we need 4 switches. Here 1, 5. After that router I will be using 2811. Access point. So go to the end devices, use some PCs. 1. Here will be laptop, PC and smartphone. Okay, this is pretty good. Now name the devices. Router 1 LAN, router ISP, and I forgot to add a server, so here is the server. After that we need to name to add host names to the devices, so let's go no enable router LAN. After that this will be ISP provider, router ISP, like that, and that should be all. I don't need now names for these switches, it's all clear how it will be work. So let's go. Next step is to use cables and connect devices. Copper crossover cable use, gigabit connection, after that connect switches with the PCs, access point 2. Now I'm using this another copper straight cable. As you can see, of course it will be work all good, don't worry about that. So going to the switch to the router LAN, fast internet 01. I will be immediately here document it because it's easier to configure. Fast internet 00, okay. And copper straight through cable 01, 01. Oops, sorry, I am on my laptop, so it's not easy as I am on my computer to set up configuration. And now, which was this fast internet /01? I think this one is not so important, but let's document it. So we can see now that our network is done with the cables. Then we need to configure router LAN. First of all, our network private IP address will be this one. and mask will be 255.255.255.0. That is /44 subnet mask. And then let's go to configure this one interface. So router LAN, interface fast internet 0/1, IP address 192.168.1.1/24 subnet mask. No shutdown. Exit. Immediately as I configure the devices, I will get them a little bit of documentation so you can more easier to follow. And I like all to document. It's just better for me. Router 1 LAN. On fast internet 0/1, and mask is 255.255.255.0, and we can just write like that. It's the same. Now we need to configure this one IP address, and this one IP address will be 210.10.1, no 0, a subnet mask, and this is the interface. So you already know, like that. Here will be .1, and here will be .2. So this router will have IP address 210.10.1, and this router will have IP address 210.10.2. So let's go configure that. First one, this side, interface fast internet 0/0, IP address 210.10.1, it's subnet mask, no shutdown. We can see that interface is changed state to up, but it's down because we need to configure this one side. So let's go router ISP provider, interface fast internet 0/0, IP address 192.168.1. Oops, sorry. 210.10.2. Subnet mask is the same. No shutdown. As we can see now, the interface is up. Document this one, lab 2. Not lab, router. So router ISP provider, on subnet mask /30 subnet mask, and fast internet 0/0. And on this one I need to add the IP address on fast internet 0/0 interface. So this is all good. Now I will try to ping PC to router LAN. It will be failed. Why? Because we don't have a IP address for the PC. So let's get some static IP address. Let's go with 13. Subnet mask with default become 1, and default gateway will be this interface facilitator01 on this router. So this is the IP address default gateway, and you don't need to save here anything. Just click X if you already saved, and now try to ping. Successful. We can see we can now ping our PCs. Can we ping ISP provider? No, we can't, because we don't have configured static IP route. This ISP provider don't know the IP address of this network. So one moment please, I will just do like it, and that I know that is these PCs. Does this PC have a static IP address? So let's go configure the static routes between router LAN and router ISP provider. Let's go with the router LAN. IP route using the default IP route, and then this is the IP address of this router on this interface here. So that basically means anything that comes out of this network, this is 0000 wildcard mask, go out to this router ISP provider, any packet. And now ISP provider says, okay, please, I can ping you, right? I learned about you before, but I don't know your PCs. I don't know how to reach that network. So this is command interface. It is IP route 192.168.1.0.255.255.255.0. That means this network I want to reach, and I can learn that from you. Please give me this information about this network. 210.10.1. As you can see, this is the 210.10.1. This is the interface of this router that will become the information for this router ISP provider. So let's go now ping PC's ISP provider. Okay, it's all working. That means we are good now. After that, configure the fast internet 0/1 interface. So let's go like this. Interface fast internet 0/1. IP address will be using now another IP address because it's another network. Using the mask /24 because in future, if we want to add more servers, that means we have enough IP addresses for servers or PCs or anything like that. And now shut down. As you can see, the stage is up. You don't need configure here anything on this switch. So let's go exit. After that, we want to create a DHCP server from this router LAN. We don't want any of these devices to, we don't want to set up all manually. We want to have DHCP address when PC is added to network automatically get IP address. So let's go that on the router LAN. IPDHCP pool. You can name it whatever you want. I will be named the LAN. But before I do it, I will go IP DHCP excluded IP addresses. I want to have some IP addresses that I want to use for some devices. So that means when some PCs running NAT come to network, he will not become the IP address from 0 to 10. It will be reserved from our server or PC or anything that we want to give them that static IP address. IP DHCP pool, you can name it whatever you want. I will name it LAN. IP network with this one. Default router. And that will be all. Now what we need to do is to check, can we get the DHCP IP address. So smartphone should be already become the address manually, not manually, by automatically, and he get the ELF address. So that is good. Real world example by this smartphone, but on the laptop and PC we need to click it manually on DHCP, and now we are getting the IP address, the default gateway or automatically. And on PC too, in real world example, and on PC and on laptops you will be get automatically the DHCP address, but in this packet tracer simulation that is not possible. So now we need to try to ping it's all working, it's all good. So DHCP is working. Now we need to configure the IP address for the server. Basically that means this is the IP address for our server, and the default gateway will be this router. So dust X, you don't need to save anything. Let's go document it. Not one. And here I will make IP address. Like this will be the network IP address, and on this server he will become the IP address 100.112. Now to see it's working, pings in progress, successful, all is working good. Let's configure, let's document it all for the sake of the lab, and in the real world it's better all to configure. This one will be web server IP address. Let's name it web server. Now I need to document this DHCP like that we know that these devices have DHCP address. And now let's ping from PCs to web server. Go to the simulation mode and start it. As we can see, the packet is should be going to switch 3. Good. Now going to the router LAN. Stop the configuration stop the packet going and click what is happening here. We can see here the source IP is 192.168.130. That is our PC, it's all good. Destination IP is 100.112. And on the out layer is the same. So let's go here, stop it. And on the real world network, we can see that 192.168.130 is source IP, but normally this ISP provider can't see our private network. He should see only the IP address of our router LAN. So this is not possible in the real world because we'll be using the NAT protocol. So let's go configure it and see how it will be look at the end. So go to the router LAN. I will be explain at the end of the comments what I typed here. So basically what I typed, IPNet inside source list 1 interface fast internet 0/0 overload. List 1, this is the list that we created here, and basically says anything from this network here, please overload. That means please give it one IP address on this one interface fast internet 0/0, and this is the IP address on this interface. And after that, we are created the access list that we used already here. Internet fast internet 0/1. This is this one, and we say IPNet inside. Internet fast internet 0/0. We are saying IPNet outside. So let's look it now. How will it look if we are ping the server simulation. Moment, here it was. So it says source IP is this PC, that is all good. Destination IP is the server 100.112, and in out layer it says IP is now IP in out layer is 210.1, this interface, and destination IP is the server. That means that network address translation protocol is working good. Now the ISP provider can't see the IP address of the PCs, as you can see here, 210.1, and this is the destination IP addresses, and then the packets go to the server, and then it goes back. So the simulation is working pretty good. Another way, we want to access the web server from our PCs. So let's go to the web server and web browser. Not web browser, you need to go to services, my bad. Wait a moment. X. So go to the services, we can see HTTP is on, HTTPS is on. You can edit here sites or edit add sites. So let's type it. This is site for PC sale. Please log in or register My lord. Now, if I go to the PC, I'm typing on my PC, going to, for example, Google, web browser, anything like that. Of course, our web server is not transmitted to have the name, DNS name. So 1112, go. I will try it again. It's something bugging. Okay, try it again. Let's go now. I want to visit your site. Please let me in. For some reason I can do it. Why? I don't know. Because I am on simulation mode because of that. Okay. Let's try it now. I should it work. Always look about it. Okay, sir. Let me now in, please. I want to see that. And now we get the website, small page, hello world. Copyrights that we are editing. This is site for PC sale. Please log in and register, my lord. And there are some other sites, so it all will be good. Another way to ping the network is the real world example. If you're going like this, ping 100.112, it's working. Can I ping the ISP router? 210.10.10.2 was IP address. Of course I can. And it will be all looking good if you add some devices on the network like this. And now configure it. Just click the DHCP. We can see that we will now get the IP address that we requested. DHCP IP path failed. So files failed. Can't see the reason. Now I get the DHCP configuration. Some was bugging. And one more about testing. If you go ping like this, like that, and you don't delete the pings, you just hear getting more and more information. If you go to the simulation, then you will get all the packets of one time, and it will not look good. You can get confused, so always delete and use ping one by one to test the network. So in the next videos I will be creating more labs, more bigger labs, some DHCP OSP protocol, security stuff, HSRP protocol with 2 routers, redundancy, and I will not be using just one protocol to explain things. I will be using more protocols in one network that you can get idea how the network is configured. And I hope so that you liked the video, and guys and girls. See you and bye.